You're listening to Career Compass with Patrick and Cha-Cha on Base 101.1 FM.
In this day and age, there is what we call a digital age where opportunities are put out there on socials and people make that extra effort to go ahead and find themselves a job and end up sometimes either in the lion's den, headless, jobless, or scammed. Today on Career Compass, we will be talking about how to dissect, how to know, and how to move forward and how to protect yourself while, looking for a job. My name is Cha-Cha. I've got the one and only almighty HR in the studio. Welcome. Okay, he wants his applause.
I want my applause.
He has to get the applause. If not, we can't start. Is this enough? Let me know when to stop. Yes. Welcome. Welcome to the show, Patrick. Good to have you here. First things first, I want to know if you've ever fallen victim to applying for a job that didn't exist. And also, have you been in a situation where you were trying to hire and people thought it was too good to be true?
So is there any job seeker, any serious job seeker in Lagos, Nigeria that has not one way or another come across fake jobs or scam jobs? These things have been around from time immemorial. I don't know how many people remember back in the day all these jobs that are this marketing, multi-level GNLD, forever living product. They will invite you. They say, "Oh, you come resume today," and then you come, and then it's a marketing seminar.
All those things you have to get 10 people to come with 10 people.
Thank you. So from way back. But it's evolved now. It's more sophisticated than it used to be. Once upon a time, it was so serious that kidnappers used to pose as fake job recruitment agents, so of course now physical kidnapping may not be as popular as it was back in the day.
You think?
No, it's not as popular because who needs to kidnap you physically when they can steal your identity,
right? And
they rob you for everything you own without the stress of having to physically, kidnap you. Yeah. So yeah.
What would you say constitutes a fake job? You mentioned Forever Living and GNLD, but to be fair, some of those jobs were not fake. Those people gave some people money and some people lost because they were selling products. Now, what would you say exactly constitutes a fake job and job scam, and why are they so prevalent in today's job market? Now, I want to ask a question. So I did apply to this job one time. I got the job. It was an awards. They wanted someone to basically be the operator. And I noticed that after I got the job, the owner of the person that put out the vacancy ended up telling me, my certification, my degrees, and my experience, that they want me to be a partner and they want to give me shares. And I'm like, shares from where to where, from whom to whom? I wonder, how can people tell this is a fake job or a job scam? And, why are they so much these days?
All right, so let's start between a fake job and, a scam job. Really, a fake job is a position that is advertised that doesn't exist. So they say they put out a job advert, OAP, and there's no radio station, there's no job title, nothing exists. Either the company doesn't exist, the job doesn't exist. It happens, right? For various reasons, which we'll talk about later on. And then a scam job rather is a step further, than just a fake job. It's a scam being presented as a job. Okay, so the intent of a scam job is to defraud the job seeker of money, personal information, or both. All right. And to your question, why is it so prevalent? Of course, that the job market is tough out there.
It is,
right?
Indeed.
I don't want to go into data, but the labor force participation rate in Nigeria is extremely. We have very active labor force, but very low labor force participation rate because there's no jobs. So you have people of employable age who do not have jobs. We have thousands of youth corpers passing out from NYSC every batch. right? Do we have thousands of jobs being created every quarter?
Absolutely not.
So there's high unemployment, high competition. Back in those days, it was more difficult to do this, but now with digital world, it's so easy. Just one job advert online, and social media will push it out for you. So it's a lot easier to do now than it was then. And sophistication of scams. Okay, so these scammers are becoming more and more sophisticated, right? They mimic legitimate company websites. They even have professional looking emails, employ different engineering tricks, all right? And then the value of information. This is a data age. So the value of information, they say data is the new gold. Right? So once they can get data, they have a landmine of personal information, financial data, your bank details, BVN, NIN. These are very, very highly valuable on the dark web.
True. So how do I know, or the common red flags that job seekers should look out for when they encounter a suspicious job posting? Because a lot of people are looking for jobs, so you can do anything. At some point, you just want to get any job. So what are those things that I should look out for when I'm looking for a job?
So yeah, the common red flags are there. The first one, any unsolicited job offer. Look, if you get any job offer, go through your outbox of your email. Did you? So
Apply.
if the job offer comes from ABC PLC, right? Go through your outbox, right? You sent items, not outbox. Did you ever apply to ABC? So I mean, yes, we've heard of unsolicited applicants, but when you receive unsolicited job offers, you never applied, then that's one red flag. Did somebody refer you? You need to investigate. Ask them, sorry, how did you get my CV? Okay. And then if it's quick hire, you didn't go for any interview, they just send you an email or text message, you are successful, come and resume. All right. There's no process to it. So that's another red flag. And then many times they offer salaries that are too good to be true. So if it's I keep saying, if it looks fishy, sounds fishy, smells fishy,
it is a fish.
it's a fish. So if the salary looks too good to be true, it may actually be too good to be true. So that's just the simple logic, okay? And major red flag. I think perhaps it's the biggest of all red flag. Look, let me say, hold your 2 ears wide open. Any requests for money, be it application fee, training material, background check, visa processing for those that are applying for foreign jobs, no recruiter or no hiring manager would request for money from a job applicant. I would say it in French if I could, but let me repeat. No self-respecting hiring manager will request for 1 kobo from any job applicant.
Right. Even those ones that you hear, they tell you there's a government job. So you have to
a
pay
lie.
to get your spot.
It's a lie. Patrick said so. Be it government, private, even if it's NGO, right? They will never ask any job applicant for 1 kobo.
Right.
Even if they're going through a recruiter, they will have a contract with the recruiter, paying the recruiter for their professional services, but they will never charge the applicant.
Right.
All right. And if they request for, and this is another portal we should be careful of. Please, until you've gotten an employment letter, until you've resumed, right? Don't give your BVN, don't give your bank account details, don't give out your NIN. I mean, they're asking for this information too. In fact, they ask for your DNA self. Don't give out any personal sensitive information prior to a contract being shared with you.
So once a job seeker sees that some of these red flags are there, what should they do? What steps should a person take?
So first of all, I mean, once you sense there's a problem, okay, you've noticed any of the red flags we've highlighted earlier on, stop. Don't engage further, okay? Stop responding to their emails, phone calls, messages, from the suspected scammer. If they send you a link,
don't
not
click it.
Do not click on those links, don't send, I said this before, don't send any money or give them any further personal information about yourself. All right, they send you, say, oh, we sent you a code, call out the code, the numbers of the code. Please don't. Okay, if you can, block. Okay, block them, block their email address, block their phone number, any social media accounts they've been using to contact you. Please block. All right, and then if you want to take it a step further, report the scam. Okay, if they reached out to you through a job board, you can report them on the job board so that account can be taken down. If they presented themselves as a real company, okay, you can also report to the real company. Say, hey, some scammers are parading themselves as your HR team. Let the company know. And then, of course, you can report to the law enforcement agencies or relevant authorities, EFCC, Nigerian Police Force. They have a cyber crime unit. You can also report to them. And if you've already sent money or shared account information, you can report to your bank.
So we do know that we should try to prevent some of these things, but sometimes it's not possible. Regardless of that, we will always try. What are those proactive measures that someone that's looking for a job can take to ensure that they're only applying for legitimate roles, because there is so much job scarcity out there?
So, first of all, always verify the company. Go to their website, go to their LinkedIn page, go to their social media accounts, okay? Many times, these vacancies are also posted on those official accounts, okay? If they have a career portal on their website, go there and see if this vacancy truly exists. Many times, the job boards have links to the official websites where you can apply officially, or if the vacancy comes from their official LinkedIn account. Those are, I think that's a fail safe that you can always rely on. Okay, you're not sure of this company, if you can take it a step further, you could find out from CAC, who is this company? Is it legit? Is it real? All right. Should I add this? Nairaland.
Nairaland, that's so old.
I'm telling you, those guys, they're still saving lives.
Oh my goodness!
From years ago.
You always go check. If you go check for names on Nairaland, you go see
to
gist.
Nairaland. You see gist. If they have a bad rep on Nairaland, that's another avenue you can explore. Okay, I mentioned this. Apply directly whenever possible. If apply directly on the company website. Apply directly on the official LinkedIn account. Make sure you're always following the legit channels. Okay, if they are going through a recruiter, research that particular recruiter. Is that recruiter legit? Again, Nairaland will probably help. Google search the company, the job. Does it really exist? Sometimes these people are so lazy that they do copy and paste.
Right, true.
So if you do a quick Google search, you may probably see this exact JD or this exact role or this exact, where they copied it from. And once you see that, then you just know, hey, this is probably fake. Okay. Use reputable job boards.
We've mentioned some already.
Yeah, I don't want to mention the names, but there's some legit ones that you can always trust, but still do your due diligence. Sometimes you may just need to trust your guts. You just have to have a nose for smelling fish, right? If you can smell the fish, trust your gut there. And finally, like I said earlier, protect your personal information jealously.
Now, something about remote jobs. You were mentioning how you should not give your bank account, bank details to people until you're sure that you've gotten the job. Now, what if it was a remote offer? The rise of remote work has brought both convenience and new risks. How can someone safely navigate the remote job search, considering the increased impersonation and digital scams?
Yeah, so yes, I know. We live in a digital world, but for remote jobs, nobody will hire you, even if it's a remote role, without doing a video interview, right?
Right.
So the video interview would also help you assess the quality of the job from the. So insist on a video interview. You know, you need to see who you're going to work with. Please put a face to them, right? Be cautious if they send you. I know it's a popular scam where, I don't know if you've experienced this scam where they'll say, okay, we want you to buy a laptop for this remote job, right? So Chacha will send you a check of 1.5 million naira, right? And then the laptop actually costs 1 million naira. So they will now tell you, oh, we overpaid you in the check. You know what? Just cash the 1.5 million naira check and pay us back 500,000 naira. Okay, that's a very, very cheap scam. A legit company will never ask you to use your money to purchase material. They will purchase the equipment and find a way of sending it to you. Never ever download software or attachment from an unknown sender. Okay, scammers, they will use this as an opportunity or an avenue to install spyware or malware on your system, on your devices. Okay, so legitimate companies will guide you through their official IT setup if and after you are hired.
Right.
All right. And then even if it's a virtual job, I mean, they claim to have a virtual office. Try to verify their real business address. I mean, even companies that work remotely or virtually, they have a registered address, so you can verify that. All right, and I think that's it. Play safe.
So beyond financial loss, what are some of the less obvious but quality and rather equally damaging consequences of falling victim to a job scam? And how can job seekers really, recover from these things? There's something about being scammed. It's like I see somebody they just took something out of you. They just violated you.
That's the word, violated.
Yeah. So how can someone just help themselves from this situation?
See, the truth about being scammed, sometimes it's not even about the money. Sometimes the money could be meager, right? 20k, 30k, 50k.
It's the fact that there was an audacity.
Yeah, I mean, it's the fact that they
Why
made
did it
a
happen?
fool.
Oh,
So
they can pay no.
yes, so I mean, psychologically and emotionally, that's a lot to deal with. The fact that somebody made a fool out of you. That's the salt on the injury.
It is.
It's not just an injury that will heal. It's an injury that they pour pepper and salt in. So yeah, the idea of you being, ridiculed, and that somebody right now is laughing somewhere, calling you mugu, mumu.
I don't chop them. Scam clients.
Exactly. Secondly, I mentioned earlier on identity theft. It's real. It's very real, okay? If you've shared your personal sensitive information like your BVN, your NIN, your driver's license details, your bank account details, you are at risk of identity theft. I mean, so what that means is they can implement or carry out fraudulent activities on your account.
Right.
Using your identity. They can use your BVN to open a bank account. All right. And God knows what nefarious activities they could use that bank account for. So I think that is a real threat. The wasted time and effort. We know the wahala, the energy we put into the job search and job application process. I mean, imagine investing all that time and energy. In some cases, imagine you've won your best suits, right? You are preparing to go for an interview and you get there and it is Forever Living product.
No, this.
You know how frustrating. Look, if I wanted to come apply for an independent marketer position, I would. But don't package it like a full-time employment,
and then you
bring people here.
What do they call that thing? Something marketing.
MLM, multi-level marketing. Yes. So, some cases, I mean, some people develop trust issues. Okay, I mean, they just become wary of all job opportunities, and they can no longer tell the legit from the illegit jobs out there.
Now, to those who have actually fallen victim to a job scam, what would you advise them to do? How can they recover themselves, rebuild their job search confidence? Because at that point, you're just going to be like, you know what, I don't do this thing again, and then give up on the search. And your next job vacancy that you see could have been yours.
Exactly. So, first of all, remember that it's not your fault. These guys are getting more and more clever by the day. Okay, so don't blame yourself. They prey on the vulnerability and they create a false hope in the minds of job seekers. And I mean, that's what they do. So it's not on you, it's on them. Okay, take action if you need to. Okay, if your personal information is compromised, you need to report to the bank, report to the police, report to all the relevant authorities, and report the platform on which this fraudulent this scam took place. Okay, secure your account. If you need to change your passwords,
right,
change your PIN, change your whatever you need to change. Okay, whatever has been compromised. Okay, if you gave them your WhatsApp code, whatever you need to do to retrieve your accounts, do it and secure it. All right, monitor your finances. If you gave out card details, okay, you need to just keep your eye on your money and immediately report any illicit transaction that occurs on your account. If you need to seek support, I mentioned that it's emotionally heavy. Okay, so if you need to talk to friends, counselors, family, sometimes sharing your experience can be therapeutic, and it can also prevent others from falling victim of the same scam, because sometimes these guys they are one-trick ponies. Okay, they keep on recycling the same scam until
they're casted.
Yes,
you don't cast last.
Not everybody. We hope not everybody. Okay, and then rebuild yourself. Okay, focus on acquiring new skills, rebuilding your network, and learn from the experience. They say, fool me once, shame on you.
You fool me
twice,
shame on me.
So learn from the mistake, bounce back, and
keep it moving. All right, thank you so much. We move.
You're listening to Career Compass with Patrick and Cha-Cha on Base 101.1 FM.